everyone, it's Tammy and welcome to card 2 of our series using Bike Ride by Stampin' Up. And this is a really cute 2 Stampin' set that's sold as a bundle with the Build-A-Bike framelits if you are interested. And I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Almost, if not everything that I'm using today is from Stampin' Up, and it is available 24/7 on my website, which you can just look at the description box below and click on the link to take you right there. I will let you know if there's something that I'm using that is not Stampin' Up, but I think that everything I have in mind is. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using the bicycle in this, and then I'm also going to be using the flowers and the basket. So if you can see, this is a 2 stamp set in the fact that there's the bike and then the wheels are separate, and then the little, I guess, metal frame for the wheel is separate, and then the flowers, here's the outline, here's the colored part of the flowers, the solid part, and here's the solid part of the leaves. And the basket is the same way. There's the woven basket, and then there's the inside of the weave. Same with all of the other stamps. It's just a lot of fun that way. So we are going to get started by stamping first on a scrap piece of paper. Did I not bring a scrap piece of paper? I thought I did. Yes, here it is. We are going to, and this isn't really scrap, it's Whisper White, but it's a not used piece of paper, and I'm going to stamp all the parts on this, and then I'm going to use this to die cut them out. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way so that I can do my big shot when it's time. And I also have my Stampin' Scrub that I have sprayed with my Stampin' Mist so that I have a cleaner. And then I'm going to be using a 3-inch block. And I will be using the die cuts that match. And I have not gotten those onto a magnetic sheet yet, but usually I do. So let's see. First, well, it doesn't matter what we do first, but I think I will stamp the bicycle. Now I am going to be using Tip Top Taupe because it is one of my favorite colors, and that color is no longer available through Stampin' Up. We do have Crumb Cake, which is similar color, but I don't own that color in my inks, so I am going to stick with my Tip Top Taupe. And I am stamping the bike in Tip Top Taupe. So I will just stamp that. It doesn't matter if it's straight, it doesn't matter anything, because I'm just going to cut it out with my die cuts. And I'm also going to use the Tip Top Taupe for my tires. Oh, I'm also going to use it for the basket. The Tip Top Taupe is getting lots of use in this particular stamp. And I'm even going to use it for the inside of the basket, and I'm going to do a 2 stamping technique. So I'm going to ink up my stamp, then I'm going to turn this over, stamp it once, then turn it back over, stamp it where I want it to be, and see how it's lighter. And I'm also going to stamp our outline of the flowers. And you guessed it, tip top taupe. Now I will switch colors. And I will use the powder pink. This is one of our in colors. And I want to make sure I have my stamp block where I want it to be so that they match up. Now they all have a little, when the two Stampin' ones, they have a little like piece of arrow cut out. So this means that at that point goes the same direction in the same place for every one of this particular stamp. Sometimes it's down, sometimes it's to the side, sometimes it's up. You just have to know what it is for that particular stamp to make it right. Some of the stamps it's really easy to tell either way. Some of them it's not. So you just have to be careful. And then I see that it messed up a little bit. I stamped a little too hard right there and got a little bit of the pink color on there. I'm not going to worry about that. I think it's fine. I'm also going to use the pink for the bicycle seat. So I'm just going to fill in the seat. I'm going to use it for the handlebars and also for the bicycle pedal. There we go. Isn't that cute? Now I'm going to put this one away. And I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz for the leaves. And here's the little pointy thing, so the pointy thing goes in the same direction as it did in the other ones, which was down, and it will go just like that. Whoops. And I have to get my head in here to see, sorry guys, but that's the beauty of the clear stamps. And I always put my stamps right away so that I know that they're not going to get lost or lost. And I think that's everything. So let me put that up. Let me put this away. And I have some Pear Pizzazz cardstock cut out. I also have Whisper White cardstock cut out and powder pink cardstock cut out. So I am set for the card. I'm just going to put that there and I'll tell you the dimensions here in a little minute. And let's see, I'm going to need the basket, which is this, I believe. Yes, the basket, the bike, and the tires, and oh, it even cuts out the inside of the, oh no, that's a different basket. I think that's for the front of the, oh, I also need to stamp this. Do I have that in the stamp? Yes, I do. Oh no, I forgot. I missed a piece. This will be Tip Top Taupe. If there wasn't a stamp, I was just going to cut out some paper, but there is a stamp, so that works out beautifully. Okay. Or not a stamp, a die cut. So I have all of those. I need this. And I also need the flowers, which looks like it will be this one. Yes, indeed. Okay. So we are set and ready to die cut. So I'm going to grab my Big Shot, which is also available through Stampin' Up. And I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to cut out as many pieces at once as I can. So I'm just lining them up to match the picture. Or I should say the stamped image. And if you want to put a piece of Post-it note paper on these to hold them down, you can. I'm always a rebel. I shouldn't be, because you can mess up easily. And then when I have multiple ones on here, I just go through one time. And that cracking sound is absolutely perfectly normal. If I just have one on there, I usually will go through and then I'll come back so I don't have to go around it like this, but it's not a big deal. And then I can take off all of my dies that I have cut. And it doesn't matter if it sticks to the paper or if it doesn't. Either way, they're going to pop right out. And I'm just going to get rid of all of this stuff. Oops. Did you guys see that go flying? And then I still need to cut out that tire. So there's that one. And then as you can see here, let's put that on there. Oh, that's not very straight. Pull it back. This is what I was talking about. I'll go through and then I'll come back. Now that that's done, I can toss this and I can put my dies away, so again, I won't lose them. I usually put them on a magnetic sheet, which works a lot, which works really well, but I don't have, oh yes, I do, I have them right here. I don't have any handy, but I do. And you have to cut these down to size. I purchased these on Amazon. These are the 5x7 sheets. Often what I do is I cut it so it's not, so it fits, but it's a little bit smaller, like this. Then I have two sheets that if it doesn't fill up one, I can put it on two. And you can tell I didn't even cut it straight. It does not matter. But this makes it a whole lot easier to get them off and to stick them back on. Personally, I love the magnetic sheets. So see what I mean? Like, if it wouldn't have been enough, which it doesn't look like it would have been for me to have just that one, I'd have to have 2 layers anyway, so I may as well just cut it into 2, and then usually it will fit on, if I am careful on how I put them in. And then I just toss this because this is so sticky, which is great, but it's sometimes really hard to get them off of here. That's part of why I like the magnet a little better. And then I can just put these in here with my card that tells you what they are. So on this side I have that, and then on this side I have this. And that's how I like to store my die cuts. So then let's go ahead and finish with this card. And then this was an inside this, and this is inside this. Easily comes off. Oh, and you know what I didn't stamp either? I didn't stamp the metal ring around the tire. Let me get that out. And that would be in the powder pink. So let's do that real quick. There we go. Now I think we're done stamping. Okay, so I have Pear Pizzazz. Oh, I already told you the colors. Pear Pizzazz, Powder Pink, and Whisper White. I'm going to just crisp this edge. This was an 8.5 by 11 piece of Pear Pizzazz that I cut down in half at 5.5 on the 11-inch side, and then I scored it at 5.25 or 4.25 on the 8.5-inch side. That makes 2 cards. This becomes our card base. This is also called an A2 sized card. Then I also have a piece of Whisper White that I'm going to use for the inside, and this is just cut at a 1/4 inch smaller. So this is cut on both edges. So this is, instead of 5.5 by 4.25, it's 5.25 by 4. And that just fits nicely inside the card. Gives you a little place to write, and it looks nice. Then I have a piece of powder pink that I cut at the same size, which again is 5.25 by 4. And I'm going to put this on the outside of my card base. And then I have another piece of Pear Pizzazz that I cut at, let me double check, 4.75 by 3.5. I'm going to put that right on top, centered. And then this is cut at 4.5 by 3, or 1/4 inch smaller. 3.25 by 4.5. And I'm going to layer this one right on top of that one. And then what I will do is figure out where my tires need to go. And I want it to kind of stick off the page a little bit just because I think that's cute. And I will put them down first. Just going to hold my body over it. And then I'm going to put this down right there. Then I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to put those on this bicycle frame. See how I'm cutting the dimensionals? That gives you lots more, because for these little tight spots you don't need a big one, and the whole outside of the dimensionals is extra like this, and they can still be used. They still have foam on them. They're still just like the regular dimensionals, only they aren't full dimensionals. I don't know if that's a big enough area for this piece of dimensional. Oh, I think it's actually all right. Then I'll put one more piece right there. And then I'm going to need some for this, or one for this. I think one will do it, and one for this. And then I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen for this part, but I'll do that one in a second. So you just peel off the backing of the dimensionals. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we can just put this down where we wanted it. Just like that. I'm going to take my fine tip glue pen. It's been a little minute since I've used it, so I'm going to pull off whatever glue might be stuck on it. And I'm going to take this and put a little bit of glue I can't tell if it's coming out or not. It's not. And make sure it's unclogged. It has been a little minute since I've used it. I have a feeling it's gonna like plop out, and I don't want it to do that. Let me see. Goodness, I don't know why that lid is still on there. What the heck? The things you learn. I know I've used this. That's weird. I mean, it's like halfway gone. I don't know why that's still there. I want to make sure this isn't... Okay, that's still wet. As I stick my hand right in it. Get it from out of my fingernail. Yuck. Alright, let's try this again. Well, come on. Why aren't you coming out? I don't know, I think I'll fool with that in a little while. But for now, I will take this. The glue that I have on that should be enough. I'm going to put this right here. There we go. Let me go ahead and put this lid on here, even though I'm not sure. Maybe if I screw it down, it'll get it to work anyway. We shall see. Oh, I got some glue on me. Mess maker, mess maker. And I want to put my basket down on top of that little catch. And then I want to put my flowers down to be inside the basket like that. And there we go. Isn't that cute? So that is our card number 2 for this series. If you wanted to put a bow or something on here, you could. I don't know. I think it's just kind of cute, just like this. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you think about this stamp set because it's really cute, very versatile, and really great for fall. Bye-bye.